Hello?
Hello?
Is it live? I assume it's all live.
It
Hello?
says it's offline. Is it lying?
I have it open, so if it goes online, I'll know. Knock knock?
Knock knock.
Hello?
Knock 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 knock. There it goes.
There it goes. You're streaming at 1080p, 60 frames a second? Holy crap!
I am?
That's what it tells me!
No!
I have the quality 1080p 60 source.
That's not... What?
Knock knock. It's Knuckles. Hey, if it goes, right?
Oh, alright.
Gallup's there, so he'll tell us.
Hi, Galif.
Hey, Gallup. Knock knock.
Yeah, it should be 30 frames. Whatever.
I think 60 frames is a good option. I've just caught off guard by the 1080. Usually, I stream in 720 because I'm afraid that it won't want to handle anything higher.
Hold on.
I mean, if it goes, it goes. So, whatever.
It's making me nervous. I can't.
Hey, Gallup will tell us if it shits the bed.
Yeah, 30 frames per second.
Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Just go.
All right.
If it shits the bed, won't mess with things, I guess. Maybe Twitch will just upgrade it. You know, like simulate the 1080 and
Maybe.
the lag about 60. I don't know.
Oops.
Bitrate probably matters more than frame rate or resolution anyway. Kinda. From my understanding, it's if you want a higher frame rate or resolution, you're gonna need a higher bitrate.
Wait.
But I have no idea.
I
Usually go for 720 at 60. I can look at two eyes what caused problems during the Christmas streams.
Oh!
I wonder if that's. Uh-oh. Die. Ooh.
Look, I have the shotgun with extra parts on it.
Shotgun, right? Kaboom.
Teehee. Hey! Die. Okay. I need the weapon box key. Now I think I get some more gun parts here, and I think it's for the Magnum, but I can't remember. We'll find out.
This does mean it will be more prone to looking crappy if the beer isn't high enough. This looks fine though. Well, it looks fine, so we're good.
Okay. This is fine. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I'm gonna have to look at my bit rate. I think it's only 3,500. It's actually not that high, so I don't know.
I don't know where mine's at. I think I keep mine kind of low. Just keep it low in consequence. I used some tool to help me figure everything out. I need to probably redo it. Skype's visual quality is kind of hitting the bed in exchange, but I'm okay with that. I don't mind.
So just to let you know, I'm just gonna skip the liquor room.
What's in the liquor?
You remember we had to register our fingerprint for both Leon and Claire, and we went to that room where a bunch of liquors had busted out of their test tubes.
Vaguely.
So if I have enough ammo on Claire, I'll go ahead and tackle it, but I'm probably just gonna skip it.
Oh my god! I realize now why my internet was being a bastard.
What?
It's downloading something.
Ooh.
Which means the quality is probably gonna pick up for me on Skype here any minute. And I probably could have hosted the call.
Well, if we need to, we can...
Whoops.
Oh well.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I should see if, should make sure my Steam isn't uploading or downloading anything. Hey! Stop that! Kitty!
So let's talk. You don't need too much bitrate. The PS1 game, less detailed graphics, get away with lower bitrate. That is true. Yeah. I'm less concerned about, you know, the resolution and stuff when it comes to a game like this. Playing Resident Evil 7, I wanted to try my best to get 720 60 frames.
Yeah, well, that one's more
this
of
game. It's a little bit of a
yeah.
less needed. I'm gonna also shoot for it when we do remake, because remake's remaster can run at 60. So.
I'm so excited for remake.
Oh, me too. I gotta do 3 more test playthroughs first. Yeah, also the fixed camera. The less dynamic camera angles mean things aren't moving quite so much.
Oh yeah, with the summer sale, I got Resident Evil 0, so I'm gonna start practicing that soon.
Oh yeah! I bought all the costumes for that.
Me too. Like, I got the bundle, so
I had everything else already, I just didn't have the costumes, so I just picked up all the costumes for like $5, because they were on sale for like 30 cents or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was talking to my friend before we started streaming, and she was just like, hey, do you have any plans on the 4th of July? And I was like, I don't know. I might end up with plans last minute, but right now I don't have any plans. And then she's just like, I found a big-ass box of fireworks in my closet. I was like, oh. Well, alright then. Self-destruct sequence has been activated. All employees proceed to evacuation platform. Burned in my brain from early childhood thanks to this game.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yep. I know. Okay. I will take the flamethrower. Yes. Blah, 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 blah. User registration. Yeah, I have it burned into my brain as well, just because I had a lot of problems with Birkin, and I kept dying at that elevator fight.
Fuck lore. Well, you weren't there, I think, when for most of our first run at least, Frieza, but I read every single one of these notes. Every single one of them we found, at least.
Yeah, like, Brute read all of them when we went through it.
I read every one of them.
Yep.
Some of them are long, too. There were moments when I muttered, like, oh, God, it's still going.
Stay down!
Sit! Sit! Sit right there! Also, hey Frieza. I don't think I ever said that.
Worth it.
Yeah?
Worth it.
Yeah?
Worth it!
You're in for a good time in any lore-heavy game when there's a 1 out of 10 at the top of the screen.
Okay, I am gonna do this. Okay. Yes. Hello, everyone.
What?
My name is Leon.
I will be your murderer today. Don't remember the mouse cursor enemy. Oh. Oh. Nothing will top the data logs and FF. XIII.
Get off me!
If they know what's good for them anyway. Is that 13? Is XII the 13 Roman numeral?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Damn it.
And if we ever like stream that or whatever we're gonna do, I will be reading none of those. There's 2 extremes to take with that option. Either I spend 3 hours reading every single one of them and I die, or I read none of them and we continue to give no shits.
Well,
those are the only 2 extremes, and those are the only 2 options.
We'll probably do it as a group at some point.
I know we have a rough plan. I need to re-download some trainer or whatever, so we can just rip the game like apart, and I can high level everybody and then just tear it apart.
Oh, kitty, kitty.
But also, it's like I don't really want to play it, and none of us like it, and we like doing good games, and I have other games I want to do, so I have it in my head. It's pretty low on our like priority list.
Oh
for
yeah, it's really low.
Let's play stuff. Hello. I know, I like to read data logs too, in games with interesting worlds. Final Fantasy XIII has the opposite of an interesting world that could benefit from world building. Mass Effect
Get over here.
Has a codex that could do wonders, that does do wonders for world building.
Kitty?
Final Fantasy XIII is the opposite of that. There is no good world to build upon.
Alright. Cabell is desperate to cuddle me. He's like...
Put him on the back of your chair.
He won't fit.
You'll make it fit. Cats will make it fit.
He's like, he was sitting on my arm and shoving his head under my chin. Like, kitty.
You know, actually, Frieza brings it up. It might be a good idea, like, during the... Because there's a lot of bits of that game that are just gameplay, weirdly. Like, a couple of bits where you just kind of have to run around and do shit for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You can have Frieza, or like, bounce around who's reading the logs and then just make fun of them.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, be like, alright, we're at a boring section, so let's just open up some of these data logs on the Final Fantasy wiki or whatever, and...
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That shit.
Yeah. And just use wacky voices and stuff.
Yeah, just use the wacky voices. Passed around, you know. Someone will read one or two data logs, and someone else will read one or two other ones, and whenever we hear something just mind-blowingly stupid, we'll be like, hey, that's dumb. And then maybe by the time I've beaten it, we'll have a better appreciation for just how shitty it really is.
Yeah.
Reading the logs during lots of battles or whatever is actually a good idea.
Yeah.
I do agree. Partially because there's no story beats to make fun of during a battle, and unless it's a particularly bad battle, which we won't even really notice because I'll be cheating, there's really not much to say. And we can do that thing again where we just make dumb random conversations like we did for that hour-and-a-half episode of Final Fantasy VIII, where we went through that fucking dungeon and Zell hit a button and then we got pissed off at him afterwards.
Yeah.
Or we can just read the logs and make fun of them.
Deep Sea Salt City.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That was the name of that was the name of the episode.
No, we don't need to talk about it anymore.
Okay. Hey, kitty. Okay, what's in here?
Regardless, right now I'm pretty sure we already know what the thing we're doing is
Yep.
after this current route in Tokimeki.
Mm-hmm.
Because we want to do it before I move to, or at least start it before I move to Arizona.
Yeah.
It's my favorite level in Shadow the Hedgehog.
Hi.
That's a dumb game in, like, the best way possible. Do you know about Shadow the Hedgehog? I'm sure you know, like, it exists, but...
Yeah, I've heard you guys talking about it, but I've never played it or seen it.
So, to get, like, every ending possible, or to play through every route of the game, it's, like, for, like, 300 possible configurations of routes you could take to get to the final level. But also, there's, like, 10 endings. Each one with a different route. So to get every ending, you have to play through the game a minimum of 10 times.
Why?
Because there's a path for every, like, option possible. There's like a path where you're good then bad, bad then good, straight good. You have to get the 10 non-canon endings to see the canon ending. There you go. But there's like an ending for like being purely good, purely bad. A combination of the two. A combination of the two mixed in with a neutral path and a pure neutral path.
Huh. Is it different each time?
It's the same levels. Each side has a goal per level. There's a good guy goal, a bad guy goal, which is usually like find 10 of these items or kill like 40 of these enemies. And then there's the neutral ending where you just get to the end of the stage. And it's always the same 3 goals in every level. You just pick which one you do.
Huh.
So you might do like first the good guy levels, then bad guy versus the levels, or you might do some weird combination thereof. You know, bad guy first, good guy second, or good guy or bad guy, or good bad neutral, or bad good neutral. And then each like different unique route has like a different ending. And then when you got them all, you unlock the canon ending, which is the ending that actually matters insofar as Sonic has a cannon, which is very loose, mind you.
It's like I can understand like maybe 3 or 4 different kinds of endings to get the canon ending.
You think like you get the good ending, you get the bad ending, the neutral ending, you get the canon ending.
Yeah. But
freaking 10 of the things.
10 is just overkill, I think.
That is overkill. And it would, I think you might be able to visualize it a little bit better if you saw that level select screen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like road, right? There's a top row, and then like rows going down.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just straightforward, like a couple of squares. The square represents the level. And they just go like, I think there's like 8 or something like that, 5, 6, whatever. Left to right. You start good maybe, then you'll go up. You'll be in like one of the higher sets of rows. Yeah, it's a literal level tree, just horizontal.
Oops.
You know.
I ran right into that because I'm dumb.
But so say you start good, and then you get like the top row, but then you go evil, and then you go down a row, and then you go evil again. So it, you know, it just changes where you go. What pathway you go on. And there's like different, and because of all the options of getting pathways, there's like technically, I think it's like 360 something possible paths you could take. Mm-hmm. Yeah, every column has another row of paths, and the path you're currently on changes depending on what objective you pick for a level. So you go good, then evil, then good, you're back on the good path. But if you know, good, evil, evil, you're on a different path altogether. Or good, evil, neutral, you're on the path. It's fucking... Hang on, let me get a picture for you of the level, like the level thing. Shadow the Hedgehog level select. And mind you, these are like mediocre levels. They aren't good. The game is not good. It's like average at best. Okay, yeah, here we go. I found a good picture of the level select thing. Put it in the Skype chat.
Okay. I'll take a look at just a second. Okay, we done? Okay. I'll take that. Also happy magnum bullets. I'll need those.
I think it's this level design that makes the game one of the most like exhausting ones to play.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to decide: do I just want one of the 10? Do I just want to pick whatever one of the 10 endings I get, or am I going to do a complete playthrough where I play through the whole game 10 times?
Yeah.
I don't get the complete ending if I don't do that. But
Shadow is a sociopath.
He kind of is, to be honest.
You murdered my husband. I know what you're looking for. You came for the G-Virus, didn't you? But you'll never take it from me. This is my husband's legacy. Now,
okay.
Where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her.
On Facebook.
She specifically got close to John and became his girlfriend.
Go back to Parasite Eve, lady.
That can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like
She's
that.
related to Clamp.
If you don't want to believe it, I don't really
I found a picture that also visualizes all the different pathways to different endings. So I linked that to you as well.
Okay.
Just so you have a visualization of how stupid it is.
How convenient.
The game is actually like painful.
Oh.
It's exhausting. And you know, it's like the edgy Sonic game. It's rated E10, so sometimes Shadow will be like, "Ah, damn." He'll swear like light swears sometimes.
Mm-hmm. It's your favorite part, Frieza.
Sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed
Sequence
to the
may not
emergency
be
car at the
aborted.
bottom platform.
It may not be aborted. Oh, yeah, this way.
Leon,
Yes?
I've been waiting for you, Leon.
Ada?
What are you doing?
You know what this is about, so just hand over the G virus.
I don't believe this. Annette was right. About everything.
That's why I told you to leave without me, but you wouldn't listen. Now hand it over. Don't make me shoot you.
You can't do that. Ada! Ada! Got you. Don't give up.
G virus. Leon, it's over. Just let me go.
Shut up. You're gonna make it.
It's too late, Leon. We both know it.
No. I promised you that we would escape. You just have to help me
I
out.
promised you that we would escape.
Yep.
Really wanted to escape with you, Leon.
Yeah, why? They could have just taken her gun away.
Yeah.
Especially because he's a police officer.
Bye.
Ada!
Ada! Ada!
This is one of the other reasons they, the other routes considered canon, right? Because they just, like,
No.
drops in this route.
Well, she survives because in Claire B scenario, she's the one who throws the rocket launcher to her.
Well, yeah, but there's like it doesn't. They don't explain how she survived. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't
It makes
explain.
more sense that she survives the other ending where she doesn't fall off a cliff until after this, or not a cliff, whatever.
Data's gun. There are no rounds in the magazine. I should have trusted her.
Does that mean she wasn't gonna shoot him?
What made her do that?
I don't know. You tell me, Leon.
I need my magnum. Yeah, I think playing through this again, it's like the canon ending is a mixture of both.
Yeah, it's like the way it works for both the first two games in general.
Yeah.
Really, the canon ending is a combination of the two, but you gotta pick like the closest approximation thereof, which is something Remake tried to kind of fix a little bit. Not really, but I assume Remake for this game will do that very thing.
Yeah, I'm excited for Remake. This is the last battle, so there we go. Oh wait. Do I have
Oh, so
anything
we'll probably
else?
have time to start Claire B then, won't we?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think the flamethrower is gonna help me much against Birkin.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it. My happy Magnum with my 32 Magnum bullets, oh yeah. Yay, you're here! We'll see if I horribly die.
Oh, nice. Well, even if you didn't make it back for the first or the last battle, we're starting Claire B tonight too, because of how far in the game we already were when we stopped.
It's only been 24 minutes, so...
Yeah. Die! Die! Die, monster!
You don't belong in this world!
Start playing that again on the PlayStation 3.
Alright, Cavill. Right. I think I scared him. He was sleeping in my lap, but I said die. Then
No, you!
he, like, looked up at me, with his ears kind of back, and then he jumped off me. Sorry. I don't think there's any more liquors. Hopefully not. No, just zombies. Zombies.
I'd rather you didn't.
Damn it. Oh well. Okay. Well, I got plenty of healing items. So, we're good to go. Okay, I'm gonna preemptively do this. Yeah.
5 minutes until detonation.
5 minutes. That means you have 5 minutes to wait for the elevator. And kill the Birkin, and then go down the elevator. Oops. Yes. Why are elevators so slow? It's like the elevators at my work. They're very slow.
Aren't most elevators just kind of slow?
Some of them are. We have 3 elevators at my work, and they all go very slowly. So we'll be sitting there for like 2 or 3 minutes waiting for it to come down to the bottom floor.
Do you hear that stock scream? I've heard that in like a million things.
Damn it. Okay. Birkin. Land. Oh, insta-kill?
Oh no!
Insta-kill?
Insta-kill, jeez. You saved, right? Yeah.
Just because it's quicker than loading up the save and running here. I kind of knew that was going to happen.
5 minutes until detonation.
Alright, so I just need... You know what? I'm just going to do that. Because it might have been not really insta-kill, but because my health was already suffering a bit. Alright, come on. Hello. Would you like to buy some G-Virus?
Hold out a trench coat instead of watches, it's just lined with vials of the G-Virus.
It's like giving away free samples.
First aid spray? But your ranking!
I don't care about my ranking.
So important!
Okay, I'm gonna run around until he lands.
Isn't like Remake. Remake is actually really easy to just not have to use the first aid spray.
Yeah, I should have used a...
Not even worry about the rank, I just don't need them. Well,
Birkin?
Okay. Depends on how good I'm playing, but you know, if I'm playing well, I just don't need them.
Okay, puppy.
But I don't give a shit about rank either. Insta-kill? No, okay. That didn't even take that much health, to be honest.
So I guess it was like a instant kill or something. I missed. Okay. Bad puppy. Bad puppy!
Sit, Birkin.
Sit! Okay, there we go. I actually didn't use very many of my magnum bullets.
Great, run around with the magnum out and shoot everything.
Excuse me. You just sit there and melt for a while. Okay. Here we go.
Well, that was easy.
Hurry up! Leon!
In the bad ending, he tries to jump on the train and gets stuck between, like, an open end in the wall.
Yep.
Suddenly, there's only half a Leon left.
And that's when you go, who the hell are you, little kid?
Wait, who are you? There's a kid? Oh, shit!
Okay?
Let me out of here!
I'm fine.
Leon is actually pretty sturdy. I
Yeah.
think he has more health than Claire.
Yeah.
Take damage,
Mm-hmm.
I have to find my brother.
which is kind of in par with, or in line with the first game where Jill had more inventory space, but could take less hits, and Chris had less inventory spaces, but could take like 2 more hits.
Yeah.
'Cause he's apparently big and tough, even though he's skinnier than she is.
Goodbye.
A kid? Ah, Claire, I don't think I'm ready to go that far. You know, on second thought, I think I'll walk. Bye.
And it's doing the same thing it did the first time, where it's playing both tracks at the same time.
Rock, kid. So the idea that Leon sort of working for the U.S. government, so Sherry doesn't get experimented on, is a whole lot less like founded in this ending, where he's just kind of like, oh yeah, there's a kid here. What's up? I didn't know you were alive. I didn't know you existed.
Yeah, 'cause she doesn't get infected at all in this scenario.
No, not at all. No, creepy infection stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which, let me remind you, is very creepy.
Yep.
Because it's bad tentacles, and he needs, like, the same genes or it doesn't work. Ugh.
Yeah. So yeah, there's Leon A. We have one more scenario to go. Tee-hee-hee. And then it's... What, we're doing the original next?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have to play through.
Yeah.
I have to play 3 more, go-throughs of remakes, so I have the costumes.
Yeah. I'm kind of doing that with 3, but I don't think I'm gonna be using the costumes, honestly.
I will. I'm gonna wear the boob tube.
Boop tube.
Boob tube. Actually, what I'm gonna do is show off every costume and then use the boob tube for majority of the game.
Yeah. To unlock the costumes for 3, you have to play through the game on easy mode, and then you have to play it on hard mode.
For a remake, you
That's
just
it.
play through as each character twice.
Uh.
And I have one of Jill's costumes unlocked already. Then I figure for each character, I'll start with their BSAA costume, or no, their default costume. Play with that for a little bit. Switch to their BSAA costume. Play with that for a little bit. Switch to their military costume. Play with that for a little bit, and then use the boob tube for Jill and probably the Code Veronica outfit for Chris.
Yeah, I like his Code Veronica outfit.
But it's a piece of shit game that I don't like. It's bad.
Boob
tube, best tube. Yes.
Okay. Rank D.
Man, this job sucks.
Yeah, I got a C. That's fine. It's because I used the first aid sprays. I don't care. There was a time where I did care about my ranking when I was trying to get hunk.
The only thing I care about is, like, if it unlocks something, I'll try.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't unlock anything, then I don't really care.
Yeah, you have to get a scenario and a ranking in both scenarios to get hunk, and I don't know what it is for Tofu.
I think Tofu's got to beat Fourth Survivor.
Okay, now
Which is in and of itself.
now we're gonna load up Claire. I might have to close it and hold on. Eject CD? No? Reset? Insert. Will that work? Claire. Do it.
Do it.
What is it doing? Okay, there we go. Thank you. This game contains scenes of explicit violence and gore. Did you know that?
I have no idea.
I had no idea it was so gory. Just making sure it's clear disk. Yes. Okay, we're good. Alright. One more time.
Played through Metro 2033 yesterday and today. Russia Simulator 2013.
Oh. Yay.
It takes place underneath Moscow.
In the midst of the T-virus outbreak in Raccoon City, Leon Kennedy succeeded in escaping from the city following his encounter with one of the only other survivors.
Yay,
a woman
Leon.
named Ada, a spy seeking the deadly G-virus.
And then she fell off a cliff.
However,
Ada!
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 Leon was not the sole survivor of the incident. A girl named Claire Redfield was in town on business of her own. She came to uncover the mysterious circumstances of her brother's disappearance. Chris Redfield, a member of the STARS Alpha team. Only now her mission has become quite simple. Basic survival within the nightmare that was once Raccoon City.
Basic survival. With a grenade launcher. And then we've seen this already. Don't we just skip it past?
Yeah, good.
At the same time, in the same place, you have to survive this nightmare to know the true end. And welcome to the B scenario.
Claire B.
Claire B.
And then we don't have to play this game for
ever. I'll probably stream it again at some point. You know I will.
I'm sure you will.
Hello, how are you?
Good night. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
I think I've said it before, but if you don't pick up anything and don't kill any zombies, you, cabin key.
Well, you have to for B scenario. It's only on A scenario where it...
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Oops.
getting that. I just don't remember the cabin key.
Yeah, you have to get it to unlock this door over here.
Huh.
And then I'm gonna see if I can dodge Mr. X, aka the Kool-Aid guy.
Doubt it.
I'll take this. Okay. Oh no! Now there's lots of zombies. And we're not going out again. Oh, I was gonna look at that picture for Sonic. Heh.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. I forgot. Oh. So you start at one point and then you just branch off.
Yeah, so if you look at the second picture, so if you get the first level right there, and you can do the neutral route where it just sends you straight ahead, which is usually just get the Chaos Emerald to beat the level, and then there's a dark path which you do something evil like kill humans, and the hero path where you usually do something good like kill aliens, and they'll take you either up or down, and then you have that choice for every level that follows, which will take you in one of the same three directions.
Yay!
And then you can do it, and you have those same three options for every level.
Yeah.
Spare the top two where you only have one choice to make. And you can mix and match it between every level and hit like up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, you know? It's really dumb.
It just sounds overly complicated for a Sonic game.
That's, yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Sonic is all about going fast and beating the level, you know?
Hey! Get over here! Hurry! I can't set her down. I'll drop you a rope ladder. Grab onto it.
Grab onto it.
According to things I read, this is the guy who like hid that key, and then hid it somewhere he couldn't have been able to hide it, which is dumb.
Mm-hmm. Like Elliot or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Edward or some shit.
Okay. Oops. It's a happy herb.
What a good little herb.
Good little herb. There's gonna be lots of birdies here in a second.
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
Stop it! Stop it! They're like, hey! 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 There. So I don't have to deal with them later. I unlocked it. More happy herb. And even more happy herbs.
Holy crap, there's herbs everywhere.
Let's do this.
The only issue I honestly take with it is how the canon ending can only be obtained. We're seeing all 10 of the other endings, and none of them mean anything in the true ending. You have a bunch of choices on how you want to play the character, and all those choices are essentially invalidated.
Yeah.
At the core, that is the biggest issue with it, is method of storytelling, and why it's kind of exhausting. But I do still think that for a game series that is predominantly marketed for kids, making a super edgy rated E10 game is really dumb, and you're wasting a potentially interesting storytelling idea that could have been done better without you invalidating it on a Sonic game where you can't really explore any of the truly interesting parts of telling a story in that manner. Because it's just not a series that's ever had enough presence of story to do something interesting like that. And if they had focused more on just saying, you know, you choose the flow of levels, you choose what levels you go to, that would be cool. But it's more than that, and the objectives make it very maybe slow and like almost too methodical. You have to think too much, which sounds almost bad, but it's a Sonic game, so the whole thing should be built around like just going fast and making Twitch reactions as opposed to where's that last human enemy I haven't jumped on 6 times? Too much combat focus doesn't really flow the way it should for the series it's a part of. Plus, it's like stupid how edgy it is.
Yeah. More bullets. I don't know. It just from how you've described it and things, it just sounds really, really convoluted.
It's pretty dumb.
I don't think I can pick that up. I can't pick that up. Damn it. I'll have to get it later. Okay, who's still alive? You. Okay. I don't think I want to go out there. I'll try to dodge. It just won't show up.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of buggy as well. Especially the PlayStation 2 version, I believe.
That's what I was worried about.
A lot of PlayStation 2 games ended up being kind of buggy because there's a couple of instances where Sony were like, yeah, you're gonna give us a port of your game or we're just gonna like blacklist you. So we got some pretty bad ports like Sonic Heroes and I think Shadow as well.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't go over well. I have the Xbox version, I think, somewhere in this house. I don't know. I own it. I have to go look.
remember where the red card key is. Maybe it's upstairs. That means I gotta get through all those zombies. Hey.
Yeah, part of the reason that people weren't developing for the PS2 as much, like Gallup said, is that it was kind of a tricky system to develop for.
Damn it!
So Sony compensated that by, you know, kind of.
I regret my
threatening people, but trying to make people develop for it regardless, and a lot of the ports came out pretty badly.
I don't need health items, that's fine.
Still love the console though. Probably my favorite from that new generation.
That's locked. So yeah, I have to go back upstairs. Oh, I remember what the card key is. Well. I went out there for nothing. Nothing. And now I have no health items.
Grandia 2 on the PlayStation 2 suffered really badly. That is unfortunate.
Oh.
I don't know what Grandia 2 is.
It's a JRPG. I've never played it, but I've heard of Grandia and Grandia 2.
I've got Skies of Arcadia port, which to the GameCube. Yeah, I think the GameCube or the PlayStation 2 had a lot of really good games that were developed for it in mind, but ports usually suffered pretty badly. Like a lot of their, you know, exclusives were really good, but ports just didn't come out very well usually. Except for a couple of cases, like as far as I know, Code Veronica X is a pretty good updated version of Code Veronica, you know, if you like that kind of thing.
Okay. I don't know how they expect me to fight this guy with just a pistol, but alright. Seen this already.
Maybe shoot him in the head a lot.
I'm gonna see if I can juke around him. I might not be able to.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I can hear you. Hi. Ow! You totally hit me in the face. As I tried to run past him. Does he chase me though? Apparently not, because he's not Nemesis.
He probably just walks instead of running. I don't know if he runs.
But now I'm in a safe room where nothing can hurt me. Okay. You need your jacket, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Grandia 2 on PlayStation 2 is very weird. It has different bugs in different copies of the game, supposedly. Huh. I've heard of, like, you know, this version has a bug that the other versions don't have, but it has, like, but Grandia has, like, a different set of bugs for each copy of the game.
Okay, that wasn't locked.
Because if so, that is extra. Copy super cheap, hoping it have certain music. Honestly, I actually kind of prefer it when a game has like, okay, I won't say prefer it, but I am totally okay when a game just gives me like a really dumb bug that's just kind of funny. Even if I have to reload a checkpoint, I'm usually okay with it as long as it's funny enough. But then you get
scream.
That always catches me off guard, not in the it spooks me kind of way, but just like, oh, yeah, they're screaming. That's right. Forgot what I was talking about now. I was talking about something.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but then you get situations like me and Frieza trying to play enough of Saints Row 4 to unlock the DLC. Oh, for the Christmas stream last year. Oh my goodness. That game gave us such a really hard, buggy time. I don't even know how to cope with it. I have PTSD flashbacks to that experience sometimes. And then streaming it was I think you went to bed already by that point of the stream, but oh my goodness, it was insane.
I saw the video for it.
Yeah, if you want just a taste of what we had to go through, watch the stream of that section, and then imagine us having to play the entire first act of that game that way.
That sounds
because we wanted to get to the point where we unlocked the DLC, and I think we wanted certain superpowers ready to go as well.
Yeah.
So we had to basically play the first act. It was so dumb. It was utter nonsense, like Frieza said. Utter nonsense. If it didn't crash, something dumb happened. Yeah, and that was the weird part. We did play through it a year before, and it was fine. We played through both of them back to back a year ago, a year prior to the stream. We did fine. There was I think there might have been the occasional problem, but whatever. We had no consistent issues like we did for preparing for the stream. So suddenly just it.
No, I gotta go upstairs.
And, it was really funny, but also really frustrating at the same time. Because it was hilarious, but also we ended up having to stay up for 4 extra hours because of all the shit we had to go through just to get this thing ready for the stream.
Yeah.
And then we got to the stream and we were both tired, but we were dedicated to finishing the DLC. So it took us an hour and a half longer because we had to restart the whole fucking thing twice.
Yeah, I remember when you guys were prepping for it. I remember all the shenanigans that was happening.
So by the time we finished it, we were so beaten down and tired that all we could sum it up was Merry fucking Christmas.
Yep.
Which I think got uploaded independent. That clip got uploaded independently, I believe. So there's just a clip of me and Frieza just saying Merry fucking Christmas somewhere on that channel.
Yep.
So all I can say is, this year, whatever we do, it's not gonna be that shit. If me and him even played in co-op again, we don't really have any more Christmas co-op games. Oh, man.
I would have to find new and exciting content to play for Christmas streams.
I honestly have been thinking about that a little bit, because I might do better to prepare it ahead of time. But I have no clue what I could prepare ahead of time, because not that many games have Christmassy levels, and a lot of the obvious answers for wintry levels were done years ago Among Us. All the obvious Mario levels and that kind of thing, so I don't really know what to do. I'm just gonna play Metro. There you go. Just play Metro. Just have a bunch of saves built up for every outdoor segment. Just play the outdoor segments. There's a snowy dungeon in Persona 4 Golden, but it's kind of it's sort of plot relevant, and it's really late in the game, and it's only in the Vita version, so there's a bunch of reasons why I just won't do it. I thought about for a joke doing a bit of BioShock because it's set around Christmas or New Year's, actually, I believe. Set around New Year's, which is close enough. Up in Anchorage. Yeah. Operation Anchorage is wintry.
Oh yeah. In Fallout 3.
Yep.
Okay, combine.
Can you believe Christmas is only 6 months away?
I know, this year is just
fast.
Yeah, it's
That's how it goes. The good years go quick. the quiet years go fast, and then the like really shitty years, like 2017, takes forever.
Yeah.
There's a version of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past randomizer that makes everything snow and ice. That'd be fun. That would be fun. I don't know. I know there are games that have a lot of like snow and wintry levels, but the obvious ones have been done, and I don't know, man. I don't know anything else I can think of. I'll just do oh gosh, what's his name? Doing a fucking Novaria in Mass Effect. There we go. Just do that line. No idea what's happening because it's plot relevant, but I'll do it. Everyone will be confused as hell. What's going on here?
If I have my capture card by then, we can do Enchanted Arms that has snow and stuff at some point.
Aren't we just doing that for like a Let's Play in general?
Yeah, that's true. I'm hoping to have my capture card next month sometime. So, we'll see how that goes. Oh, hi. They wanted in on the fun. I need more
bullets. I was tossing around maybe like there's some snow levels in Crash Bandicoot 2 I could do.
Yeah, there is. I remember the polar bear that you ride on.
Yeah. And I have it twice. I have the original and the new trilogy. Also, there's some snow levels in Halo 1 if I wanted to alienate everybody but Frieza. Playing a shooter that I think only me and Frieza have played.
I played Halo 3.
The one without snow levels.
Yeah.
No, wait, there's like a late level snow level.
I don't remember.
I think I do. I don't know.
I'll take the 2.
How? On a completely other note, how far are we in the route we're in Tokyo? I don't remember.
We're pretty far.
Oh shit.
Damn it.
Years ago, I had Halo 1 and 2 get to play them a tiny bit. I mean, I think they're I think they're good games. I just, as far as all of us go, me and Frieza are probably the most in any kind of shooter, really.
I think Toki, we have like a year left.
That's only a couple of videos.
Yeah.
Probably finished practicing Persona then. I got swamped really behind with this whole motor accident deal. So I have no idea what I'm doing anymore.
You're practicing Remake and you're practicing Persona.
Yep, that's the one. Them are the two ones I'm practicing.
Them's the rules.
I haven't played a ton of shooters, I'm not averse to them at all. Right, yeah, I know. I don't think, at least, you know, in our core group here, anyone's adverse to any particular genre. I just know we've all kind of have our own. We all have kind of our own genres we really like. We all kind of like JRPGs, and me and Frieza probably played the most shooters out of anybody, and you know, that kind of thing. We've managed to get Aura to play a couple of shooters that we know we like, and just first-person things in general. So I know no one's like adverse to them.
Yeah,
Yes, there we go. We're the most proficient with first-person shooters.
It was these guys that got me into Fallout 3.
That is correct. Which you still need to finish.
Yeah.
You have like a third of the plot done.
Yeah, I just gotta sit down and do it. Okay.
If we didn't, it's very kind of like them by a lot. Yeah, I think I think first-person shooters and third-person shooters, especially, are kind of this weird, mostly first-person, are this weird genre where outside of people who explicitly like to play multiplayer games, or expressly, excuse me, like to play multiplayer games, first-person shooters are kind of maybe not looked down upon, but kind of brushed off a little bit. because it's assumed, I guess, that unless it's like a first-person RPG of some sort, like a Fallout, there's not much storytelling potential there, but I kind of disagree. It's just this reputation they've gotten, especially, you know, with, I guess, the rise of the really bad Call of Duty games. It's kind of given the first-person shooter genre kind of a bad reputation. I suppose. Yeah, I know a couple people who look down on first-person shooters as well. So I guess when I talk about them, I just kind of automatically put myself on the defensive because I assume I'll have to be like, hey, there are actually some good ones, guys. But here I usually don't have to because everyone in this group is pretty open-minded as far as games go.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good because I can just be like, hey, this is a good game. Christmas mods for Fallout 3 in New Vegas. They're all the same Call of Duty, apparently. Yeah, Call of Duty's definitely soured the things a little bit for people, because everyone just assumes if I'm talking about a first-person shooter, it's gotta be just like Call of Duty.
I could do The Sims 3 and, like, wait for it to be winter, and then just have Sims of all of us. And
I think if you have the Seasons mod, it, like, you can set it to be Christmas, or, like, winter. Or the Seasons expansion?
Yeah, I think I have Seasons for 3. I know I have it for 2. For sure.
I don't own Seasons for 3.
And I know they just barely came out with Seasons for The Sims 4.
4's a piece of shit, so...
Yeah.
Ugh, excuse me.
Here we go. I'll take this. Shiny jewel. I
was also, since we're hopefully, unless, you know, I get hit by a train or something, or some other god-awful catastrophe happens and pushes the poor Persona LP back even further, I was thinking about how if we ever get to the point I'll tackle any of the later games in the series, that I think past, like, 2, I'm just gonna have to do it in, like, we'll just have to do it like post-commentary or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much, especially 3, there's just too much grinding that needs to be done to conceivably do it with like more than one person in the LP and do it live. But if I do it post, then I could just, no one has the CD grind for, you know, hours, and believe me, it can take hours. I show Anstica the game sometimes, and there's sessions of that where we grind for like 2.5 hours.
Oh wow!
Get out of here.
Right.
Because of the layout of the game, I can't just grind off screen because then there's other stuff you would end up missing.
That way we can keep in touch if anything happens.
So if I do it in post commentary, then I can just edit everything around the actual important shit. And no one to know any of my screw-ups, because I'll just edit it. It'll be great.
Bowgun!
Garbage.
Piece of crap, Bowgun! Okay, I'm better now. Don't think there's anything else. No.
But obviously, doing any further games in the series is like a long way off, considering we're just getting the one in the nearish future.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 2 halves of the second game to get through first.
Is that a fax machine?
I'm watching a show set in 2003, and there's a scene where they fax something to another, where one lawyer faxes something to another lawyer. And I was like, holy shit, this is set in 2003, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Bowgun, salt.
Yeah.
Bullshit gun. I agree.
I mean, it's good if you're in a pinch, but it's crap. I think there's some zombies in here to show what I mean.
Yeah, it is trash. We showed it off before, but we can show it off again.
Hi. Okay. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So yeah, it's good as a backup gun, but eh.
You can just juke people.
I can't squeeze in there. What's in here? Bullets.
That is kind of part of the reason I have a slightly more difficult time when it comes to picking stuff I want to do for the CLG channel, is because while I do play my fair share of RPGs, compared to everyone else, I think I play probably some of the least, next to like Frieza probably, as far as at least JRPGs go. So a lot of stuff I want to play doesn't fit the stuff we've been doing lately. So I'm like, I don't know, I'll be there.
I think any game is good. You know, it doesn't have to be a particular genre.
Right, but lately we've been hitting the RPG trains pretty hard, so I'm just kind of like, I got Persona and I got Wild Arms, and besides that, everyone else is kind of way better at them than I am, so I'll just be there. I guess I didn't want to imply that obviously the only thing we can do is RPGs, because that's a pretty deep pigeonhole. Have to fit though. You could bring out, yeah. You're right. I could be bringing my own thing to the channel. This is what happens. I bring these things up, and everyone's like, "No, you're dumb. This is what you should do." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right."
Well,
that was supposed to be a good thing.
I usually pick JRPGs, just so we can voice the characters.
Yeah, that's something I look into as well because that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The RPGs I do play are usually voiced too, which just makes it even harder.
Where do I want to go?
But you're right, I should probably throw my hat in the ring with things that aren't just JRPGs so I can show things I'm more interested in. Because despite one of my favorite series being a JRPG, I don't play them as much as the rest of us do. Still want to do Wild Arms and Persona though.
Yeah. I play RPGs, but I also play, lots of adventure games and then games like this.
Yeah.
The survival horror stuff, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Fatal Frame, Fatal Frame, Clock Tower. I don't need that quite yet. I'm gonna put the boat gun away.
Yeah, probably a good move. Bringing my own thing to the channel would help prevent any kind of pigeonhole from forming as well. From just doing RPGs. Oh, by the way, we never finished Out of a Boyfriend.
Oh. We should
Every time we fucking forget about it. And then we make some offhanded comment about birds or some shit, and we're like, oh yeah, that's just been sitting there.
We should probably work on that at some point.
You know what, Frieza? Having that extra voice is kind of good. Not to say... It's like, it's always good to have just another perspective on things, even if you don't want to actually, be a charge of an LP yourself. Just having another voice who shows up for LPs that sound like they'd be fun is good. And usually funny. That is also true about JRPGs. The length is scary. That's another reason I want to do Persona 3 in post-commentary, where I'll probably, instead of just sharing the game, I'll just share the recordings through Skype or whatever. Because that game is 70 hours if I don't do as much as possible, and I'm going to do as much as possible. So I can at least cut that down a little bit. It's from 70 hours to 50.
Stop it. Hey, at least I'm alive. It hurts so much. There's one RPG that I know of called Xenogears, and it is it can be up to 80 hours long, and there's hardly any grinding in that game.
Yeah, each of the latter Persona games, well, they have a lot of grinding. Their stories usually last a good, double digits, latter 60, 70. and my save files are probably looking even bigger because I'll probably end up doing a lot of grinding and idling. I know my first playthrough of Persona 5's got me somewhere in like the hundreds, just because I've done a lot of grinding stuff and wandering around. So, mildly inflated, but it's still,
I wanna go...
So, with, I guess, that reassurance in mind, in the future, I will throw my hat in with things that aren't just JRPGs, and we'll have to rely on more actual commentary instead of being able to read everything. Just
yeah, that's
mildly
fine.
Scary.
It's
fine, but mildly scary. Because the reading the text was always an easy source of jokes. So, we'll see.
Well, I mean, with this game, we only get to read out the files and stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's still pretty...
Yeah, we do an alright job.
Yeah.
I have this problem where I overthink things a lot. This is one of those situations. More opportunities to talk about games design and stuff. Yes. With this more open playing field for me, there are a lot of games that have some fun design elements that I would enjoy talking about that I otherwise had no opportunity to do so.
I mean, we talked about the ESRB rating system.
We talked about ESRB on stream for an hour and 38 minutes, basically.
Yep.
Which is wonderful.
I think that was like the first episode of Leon A.
Overall, it was
B,
labeled 4.
Yeah.
I don't know where it actually sat in the line.
So that's the start of Leon B's scenario.
I know because I tweeted about it earlier. It got uploaded.
There's nobody in here. I don't want that. No. Yeah, you're not showing off all the photos!
My photos!
I'll show them off! Some point, but not today.
I get nervous about non-LPG LPs for that reason too, particularly in solo. The dialogue feels like an easy out sometimes, but when I don't have that, I guess I do already anyways. Yeah, well, part of the reason I don't do solo stuff in that regard anymore is I just wasn't talkative enough by myself. Like, I'm generally quiet when I don't have people to bounce off of, so I don't have that outlet to just do whatever random game I want anymore, so I might just start throwing stuff for CLG and seeing what sticks then, seeing what I can get away with doing. Because I do typically bounce better when I have people to talk to, as opposed to editing solo, unless I script it out first, which is what I do now for my solo stuff. Well, maybe instead of streaming some of the things we were talking about streaming, we could just LP it.
Yeah.
For CLG instead.
Yeah.
We bounced around doing God of War 2018 and AAADAAA Noir, so...
Oh yeah, we could do that.
For streams, we could just convert that to an LP instead. Those would be quick and easy comparatively.
Yeah.
To the RPG we were doing. They're both lengthy, but they're not like RPG lengthy really.
Yeah,
well,
LA Noir would be really good.
I would love to do LA Noir. I'm really bad at it, but I'd love to do it. I adore that game. Well, that would be one we'd probably want just like I don't know, Miyu, Anthika, Frieza, Galif, because having a lot of people would be incredibly overwhelming for that game. It is, you know, so dialogue heavy that. Just do a blind playthrough of the mystery game akin to LA Noir. Alternatively, if we did an LA Noir playthrough, we could just be like tour guides, but you know, try to get other people to come up with the answers before we just be like, hey, this is the answer. Hello, zombies.
I'm gonna die.
I don't actually know any games that are even remotely akin to what LA Noir really was. I know some other detective games exist, but not really in the form where you're actually trying to solve the crimes yourself.
Really? Stop it.
Do those crawling guys actually do damage?
They can.
So I guess if we really want to spice things up between routes and Toki, we could hit one of those more action-y games so there's something less dialogue-heavy going on.
Yeah.
Since Final Fantasy, Parasite Eve, Toki is 90% dialogue in a row. If I can look into this and find something that's similar to LA Noire, you know, got like a similar mystery thing going on. No More Heroes! Oh, I fucking love No More Heroes! I got really excited when I saw that name. I don't know why. I fucking love No More Heroes, and I'm actually just hype in general because the third game's gonna exist in the future. And just, it's like, oh shit, that's right. No More Heroes exists!
I've seen bits and pieces of that game. That would be awesome.
It's really fun, as long as you're okay with hearing people say very bad things to other people. And also dick jokes and things of that caliber. I remember I bought both of those games at the same time and played through them both back to back in a day when I first got them. It was... I'm playing Half-Life right now. When I finish that, I could host an LP of 2. Every place would be pretty new to me.
Is there nothing in here? Ugh.
Well, if I did an LP of Half-Life 2, I would blaze through it in like 2 hours. I've played that game at least 4 times in the last like 2 years. So someone else doing it would be interesting. Not that I'm saying I should do it. I just, you know, talking.
That gets me every time.
I expected it this time. After the last time, I was ready. Oh, that was wonderful.
I know what's gonna happen, but it gets me every freaking time.
That was awesome.
Every time.
It's fucking funny. I bought a Switch just for the third No More Heroes game. There's other stuff I wanted, but I saw that come out and I was like, I'm getting a Switch now. And I got a Switch.
Stop it!
I, too, you own a PC copy of Halo 2? Oh, you madman. I just own all of them on Xbox, like some kind of frickin' user. I heard the PC version's kind of whack though, so good luck with that. Do more action games, I could also do that. I think branching out and I didn't get much time to look at it because not long after it came into existence, the stuff that got me really busy in the last couple of weeks came out. But I did take a brief look at the that list Reki came up or made up with that we started putting stuff on, and there was a handful of action games already on there. From what I saw. So, I think, you know, expanding the horizons, doing less pure RPGs would be a fun time.
Yeah.
And if we wanted to go down the Halo route, I could do 1 and 3, because I own them on Xbox and a capture card. And you wanted 2, you could do that since you own it on PC, Frieza. Weird having a conversation about this stuff while streaming, but we've seen this route like twice now, so...
Yeah.
Much to say about it.
Okay. What am I doing now? Oh, I have the detonator, so...
You're blowing up that helicopter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta go upstairs.
I've been kind of itching to replay God of War 2018, so I wouldn't mind doing that in the somewhat near future. That game was really good. And is mostly irrelevant the past installments, so I don't mind doing it out of nowhere. Not, obviously we have other stuff planned, but, you know, stick it in there somewhere. You got somewhere safe.
Yes, I did. Put this down here. Put this down here. Gonna save my game. Yes, I remember that.
I too remember getting instructional booklets with my games. I haven't gotten one in forever, I don't think.
I remember when they were, you pretty much had to have them with old Sierra games or you couldn't progress.
Hell, to a degree, you kind of need that for like old PlayStation 1 games, really.
Yeah.
I think the last time a game came with a booklet would have been some PlayStation 2 game, probably. Maybe like an early Xbox 360 or PS3 game.
Those days are gone.
Now they're all digital.
Yep. Like I have a CD-ROM collection of the King's Quest games, and on the disc there is a PDF file of all the instructional booklets for all the games. Like, yeah, like, guess that's better than nothing.
Action games go, I wouldn't mind doing at least the first 2 BioShock games. Especially the first one, because that's the one I actually like.
I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were another one of those zombies.
Are you?
I didn't care much for 2 or Infinite, but the first game I liked a lot. And if I played 2 for the channel, I would be able to complain about why I don't like it, at the very least. And Infinite, I mostly dislike from like a... mostly from like a story perspective. The gameplay came out okay.
I was told to look after her.
Halo 3's Legendary Edition had a proper hardcover like book that just listed every species, humans, Spartans, all the aliens, heights, weights, home planet, and a brief little snippet about their role in society.
All the others.
There must be some way to stop it.
In a manner of speaking, there is. Either by putting a bullet through her brain, or by decapitating her completely. And to think that taxidermy used to be my hobby. But no longer.
No longer.
I'd really like to be alone now.
Okay, you be alone. You have fun, mister. And Random Tiger. It is completely fine. There's another party going on outside. I can hear them.
Whoa, you mean in life? I thought you meant the game for a second. I was like, what? Party?
No, they're
Who's
having...
partying? Is Nemesis out here?
The people who live in my... Yeah, Nemesis out there going stars and jumping in the pool.
He's got a disco ball.
And barbecuing.
You know? He says stars and someone says, no, I want it medium well.
Yeah.
Wait.
Pretty much.
Go! Easy, easy there. I'm not a zombie. You're safe now.
You're safe
I'm not
now.
running because you're a zombie. I'm running because you're weird.
My name's
Also, I didn't find out when I get to Arizona, I won't be starting school until the spring semester. So when I get there, I won't be right away forced into busyness constantly.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll have a good couple of months in me still.
My mom called and told me to
Which is good because September's getting particularly close.
Too dangerous to stay at home.
From the look of things, I'd say she was probably right. But it's dangerous here as well. You'd better come with me.
But there's something out there.
There's something
I don't
out
know
there.
what it is, but I saw it. Much larger than any of those zombies. And it's coming after me.
What was that?
That's what I was telling you about. It's here.
Sherry, wait!
Sherry, wait. I can take on Mr. X with just these bullets. I can do it.
Still bounce around in my head sometimes which one I like better. No More Heroes 1 or 2. Because I think like 1's ultimately probably more like tightly designed. There's less weird as far as the levels themselves go. I mean, there's probably boss fights I enjoy more and that kind of thing. But I like some of the additions they added in 2, like 2 sword things, and there's less weird, cheap shit from the story. But then there's also one really big cheap thing in the story where they remove like 5 potential bosses from the boss pool in the middle of the story.
I gotta get the things.
The things?
The little stone square things. Go grab those real quick so I don't have to do it later. So far we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Making progress.
Yeah. This one and this one. Just organizing a little bit. Okay. I'm not using my grenade launcher because I don't have that much ammo for it yet. That's okay. I will try to juke or use my pea shooter.
Pew 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 pew.
Pew 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 pew. A sacrifice dies by the claw of the jaguar. Its blood forms a serpent that poisons the earth. An eagle glistens bathed in blood. And the gateway of doom will open.
That's fucking lame! Oh, if I wanted to do... go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, Chief Iron just comes in, you're like, this is fucking lame!
You're fucking lame, Irons! What is this shit? This is boring! Open the safe right now, Irons! Alright, gosh. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Then you smack him in the head and stop being rapey, you weirdo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I wanted to do something more action-y for the series and something that I know... for the series. If I wanted to do something more action-y for the channel and be something I'm very well versed in, I should do the Mass Effect trilogy.
Oh, that would be cool.
I'll pick up the DLCs I'm missing and just blast through them.
Didn't you talk about doing that at some point?
Probably. I probably like half-assedly mentioned it, but was never actually comfortable with going through it because I was thinking about mostly JRPGs that I could do. Oh, I mentioned it years ago and just flat out forgot. I honestly don't know. But
yeah, because you were talking about like there was some DLC you didn't have
that I don't own.
That you'd like to get before you
any of the DLC for 2 or 3. But a lot of them add neat stuff that would be good to see. I've actually seen Mass Effect, so that could be neat. I will actually... Basically, I'll just do that. I just need to pick up the DLC first. I own all 3 of them on PC and Xbox. I just have to decide which one I want to do it on. And if I want to do it on PC, I have to install Origin. Which means I'll probably just do it on Xbox.
Get away from me.
Or look into getting that PS3 collection of like the 3 games I think that has all the DLC with it. I don't know. Regardless, I'll do it. Because those are games I enjoy immensely. Also, Andromeda's okay, I guess.
Alright.
I like most of BioWare's games, so I could make a case for doing any of them, to be honest with you. I'm also a big fan of the Dragon Age games, except Inquisition. That one's just okay. This Freeze is gonna put in the chat something about the fucking cow you have to escort, I know it.
The what?
It's that you escort a fucking buffalo in Dragon Age Inquisition. It's the lamest shit in the world, and there's no reason, because you're literally saving the world. But one of the side quests is escorting a buffalo through like a ravine thing. And every time I start bitching about the game, because there's a lot I don't like about it. I think there's a lot of things they did I don't like, as a fan of all three games, including that one. And I always complain about having to escort the buffalo when I'm literally closing a portal to the ghost dimension to save the world.
I don't know why I did that.
Bet if we talked about it, Asuka would probably be interested in doing KOTOR.
Oh yeah.
So he likes that game a lot. And I also enjoy it, but I'm way worse at it than he is, and he's played it like a dozen times, and I played it like once. The council can kiss my ass! You know I'm saying that line when we Let's Play Mass Effect. You know it. Well, the council can kiss my ass.
Up. Down. Up.
The real plot twist is I won't even play the third game, I'll just end the second game with everybody dying. And then the Reapers win! The end.
Got the map. Is there anything in here? No.
Everyone dies, the end. Mass Effect 2, the Let's Play.
Oh no!
Yeah. I'll probably look into how much all the DLC will run me on the Xbox versions. Because those are the ones I've owned and I played a lot, so.
Of Mass Effect?
Yeah. Because I don't know if it's possible to buy the DLC on the Steam version of 2. To be honest with you, I just don't know. And now it's up to Joker. Yes, quite. I guess I could probably use like the in-game shop, but I'd rather, at this point, I'll just pick it up on the Xbox, because whatever.
Instead of PC?
Yeah. I don't know. I bought Mass Effect 2 on Steam, and then they introduced Origin, right? EA did. Looking cool, Joe. Why would you say that? And when they introduced Origin, it was after, or it was before they released. As far as I know, it was before they released the DLC for 2. So they just never put the DLC for 2 on Steam itself. But you can get it on Origin. But I don't own 2 on Origin. And now when you launch Mass Effect 2, you can use the weird like Cerberus net, which is just a way to buy DLC in game. But I don't know if it would actually work when it's on Steam.
Yeah.
So I could just cut all the weird middling bullshit and just buy it on the Xbox. And own it. Looking cool, Joker. Did Atlas ever rescind that or remove that that order where you just can't like Let's Play Persona 5 after like June 15th in game or whatever? Because if they didn't, I'm pretty sad. I haven't played Persona 5 yet. I know some of the frickin' memes. Yeah, Morgana saying "looking cool, Joker" is forever burned into my skull. I hate that cat.
Yeah.
Sherry, I've been looking everywhere for you. I was so worried. We've got to go now, honey, okay? If we stay here, that monster will find us. Let's go.
Let's go, Sherry.
No, I won't.
I won't.
What's the matter? Don't you trust me?
It's not that, Claire. It's because because of my daddy. He's over there. I heard him call my name.
Right there! What? Oh, shit.
Daddy must have been attacked by the monsters. I have to help him.
This kid's stupid.
Yeah.
Wait, Sherry, don't go alone. Sherry!
I like how you said that in like the Enrico voice too.
Yeah.
Is that kid stupid? Yeah.
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 Is that voice Enrico's? Yeah. Oh, this time it's zombies instead of doggies. Oh wait. Do I want to go that way? Yeah.
Yeah.
Enrico!
Yeah. I enjoy that game. Both versions of it.
Yeah. It's like if you have Barry with you, she freaks out even more. Enrico! And if you don't have Barry with you, she just goes, Enrico! Who could have done this?
I haven't done my yearly playthrough of Resident Evil 4 yet.
Soon.
Get on that soon.
Soon, TM.
Soon, I'll stream it as well, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do like a yearly personal playthrough. Well, last year I just streamed. I think last year. Or, no, not last. It's not 2015. In 2014 or so when we Let's Played it. Wasn't that year's yearly playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
But I think every year since then I've just played it once on my own.
Nope. I'm just kind of... I feel like I'm zooming through this part.
Good.
A little bit.
Zoom through it real good.
Zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Get it done. Eh. Eh.
Did you just make a dolphin noise?
I'm just making noises with her.
Sounded like a dolphin. Atlas still isn't okay with showing the end of P5 that has pushed the in-game date. You could record up too further into the game compared to when they first talked about it. That upsets me, so I guess unless they change that, I'll just never be Let's Playing Persona 5. Which is obviously super far away as a concept anyways. But unless they change that order, I just won't be doing it, I guess.
It's been out for a year, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And they're still not okay with them showing the ending?
Sherry,
Guess
are you
not.
Okay?
That's
Did
ridiculous.
you find your dad?
Yes,
Bummer.
I'm okay.
Oh well.
This is actually really good too. I would have liked to LP it, but guess that's the way the cookie crumbles.
5 years later.
Hey guys! Guess what they finally said we could do?
Thanks, sweetie. Now, why don't you come over here? I want you to stay with me.
Claire, I can't reach the ventilation hole anymore. But don't worry, I'll
Claire.
find another way.
Claire!
I can
Claire.
do it myself.
Wait, Sherry, come back. Sherry! Sherry!
Sherry!
Do you read me, Claire?
Sherry.
You now have access to the back of the parking lot.
Got it.
I'm getting out of here and heading to the sewer. Can you meet me there?
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way.
Least I can do up to the 4th game, and the 3rd game is the one that has the most importance to me, so I got that going for me, I guess.
I will take these grenade rounds. I will drink this coffee.
I will drink this coffee.
I've had 2 cups today.
I have not had any, actually.
It's been like a month and a half since I've had a full cup of coffee, because before I'd make a cup, but I'd only do like 3 or 4 sips, and then I would just forget about it. And I'd end up having to dump it out. There's gonna be liquors in here, isn't there? Please, no liquors. Liquors? I did this, Scoot Dance. Why did you drop down? Why? This is not the best idea.
Yeah, I gotta say, this does not look like it's, Yeah, you died. I was gonna say, it does not look like it's going very well.
Alright, well, plan B. I don't know if it's worth it.
Run in there and grab everything.
I could try juking, but... There we go. Put this back. Really wish I had my shotgun, but no.
You don't get one when you're playing as Claire.
No shotgun for me.
Mass Effect 1 technically had a piece of DLC, but I played it because it just came with the Steam version. It is, like, utterly irrelevant to everything. I'm not even sure I remember it very well. It's like this space station or something is crashing, and you just go there and you fix it and then you leave. It's like it. It is very strange, and I can see why they just didn't bring it up after the first game.
Okay, so let's see if it's worth going in here.
Doubt it.
Kinda?
What was there? I was looking away.
It was a card key.
See.
Oh wait, it is, because there's ammo in that room that I need. But knowing my luck, it's probably just a bunch of handgun bullets. See? Handgun bullets.
Oh boy. I love handgun bullets.
Oh, acid rounds. There's a machine gun that Leon kindly left for me. He's so thoughtful.
Thanks, Leon. You're real cool.
You're a real pal.
You're doing me some real good favors here, buddy.
I think there's puppies out here. Yep.
Bork, bork. Ow. Was it the first game where I made the joke where the dogs just talked really, like, fast?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, I remember that. That was... It doesn't feel like that was long ago, but that was, like, 20 years ago?
Mm-hmm. I'm of the mind that if devs... That is disgusting, Sony. I'm of the mind that if devs want to block people from uploading videos, they should at least make their game available on multiple platforms and or PC, as well as include stuff like FF9 re-release has, where you cannot have to deal with more than the gameplay than you want to, and turn the difficulty into a joke if you just wanted to see the story. Yeah, like I'm glad that they're releasing more... Oh, hi, puppy. They're releasing more titles on PC.
But Atlas Persona 5 is an exclusive to the PlayStation 4, and that's what he's like talking about, I guess, because they don't want people to let's play it to completion, at least right now. And it's only on PS4, so if you don't own a PS4, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And the argument is, if you're gonna do that, then at least let people play it on more than one platform, you know? And I agree, and I think the obvious answer here is, if you want your thing to be an exclusive like it has been for its whole series, and exclusives are good for the market, you know, place we have in most countries. And yeah, you can't just, like, ignore the gameplay, basically, if you don't like it. But yeah, exclusives are pretty good for the marketplace we have as far as consoles go, but I feel like there's no reason to just not let people make later Let's Plays. Like, it doesn't hurt you. So, the whole thing is just kind of annoying and out of touch. I get it, like, surrounding release, you know, oh, give it, you know, 2 or 3 months so people can play it first, without having to risk spoilers popping up. I get it. But it's been a year. Let people let's play the goddamn game now, please. I was kind of like whatever about it when it first happened, because I assumed, oh, you know, it'll be like 2 months later, and they'll be like, alright, do whatever you want now, but they just haven't. But when Nintendo tried to do stuff like this, people got up in arms, but Atlas is a smaller company, so there's not enough people to get that upset about it where it's probably going to change.
Damn it, I'm out of space.
Here in the old days of LPs, there was an unspoken rule of waiting X months after a game releases to LP it, and I can totally agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that as well. I think, you know, give it like 2 or 3 months. Just one thing, you let the game rest in case there's any... These days, you let it rest in case there's any patches or updates or anything that comes out that might change the game for the better or for the worse, so you can give an accurate, you know, showcase of what it is now. But also, so anyone who wants to play it has ample opportunity to play it while it's new. And if you don't within that time frame, then you just gotta be careful. Plus, you know, after X amount of months, it's the case of you will actually understand and know the game. So you won't just be playing it every game you LP blind. There's a place for blind LPs, but, you know, it's also nice that, seeing an educated LP every once in a while. You know, people have played the game.
I gotta drop some stuff off.
I think that's a pretty good rule to follow. Like, now that it's been 3 months, I'm pretty okay with the idea of LPing God of War 2018.
Yeah.
I just had a real good revelation just now, like, real sudden too. With this, assurance that I should be expanding the, the kind of games I'm willing to LP. That just opened up the whole Yakuza series for me to LP for the channel.
Yeah.
And those being, some of my favorites, that is very good news for me to hear. I'd put them in my top 3 somewhere. A series I enjoy. Persona, Yakuza, and probably something else in there that I can't think of offhand. Which just makes me really happy, because I enjoy those games a lot.
Yeah. I need to save my acid rounds, so...
Yes, save those acid rounds. That's, it's one of those game series that I'm really glad is getting popular now, because they're really good. And I'm gonna be that weirdo who LPs the PlayStation 2 version of the first game before the the remake. There you go, Galif. I'm gonna let's play it, and you can be there if you want to. I assume, considering we usually all just kind of show up for these things.
Yeah. It's been over almost 2 hours. Do you want to keep going, or...?
I'm here.
All
Do you
right.
want to keep going? Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, and Frieza could do Thief. That'd be a fun one, I think. The Thief games. I'm gonna make sure I don't forget these. I would love to do the Yakuza games, actually. I know exactly what I'd do, too. I'd start with the PlayStation 2 version of the first game and just work my way up until I've, played all the mainline games. Then I'd wrap back around and play, like, 0 and the remakes of 1 and 2 when they are out. Because that's just how I would want to do it. I'll probably put Yakuza and Mass Effect pretty high on my personal priority list. Obviously, then that tacks on with what the group as a whole, how we want to order things. But on top of Persona, those are 2 that I'm probably the most interested in doing in the nearest future from my contributions.
Yeah.
I think Yakuza would be really interesting, because it'd be like usually when something's like very influenced by Japan, it's influenced in the anime-esque way, but that's a game series influenced by Japan itself, like the country and its actual culture, not just one facet of its culture. So there's a lot more there than just, stereotypical anime weirdness.
Yeah.
Plus, they're kind of silly. A lot of levity. And I like punching people in the face.
Punch.
The first game has a really, really bad English dub that I think everyone will get a laugh out of.
Okay, well, I have 2 spots left. What's in here? Nothing. Okay, so I'll pick up... Well, if I do that, I'm not going to have any space left. I'll just have to go back and drop more stuff off. Oh, well, there was only 1. Okay, that's fine.
I can tell you outright, when it comes to the Yakuza games, I am not going to go for 100% LP, because there's a lot to do in those games. And a lot of them are a pain in the dick.
So it's just like a bunch of optional stuff?
Yeah, each game has a set of... typically, each game in the series has the main story. And then there's stories you can find around the in-game city called sub-stories, which are just little side quests. And then there's usually, like, extra shit you can do, like, arcade games and a batting cage and other mini games like that. What I'll probably do is any of the sub stories I run into that aren't tedious, that I know of that aren't tedious. But I'll ignore most of the mini game shit because it's like in one of the Yakuza games you can just straight up play like arcade games, and in most of them you can straight up play arcade games. I was trying to think of an example, but I can't offhand. But actual arcade games that are an actual thing. I wouldn't bother with any of that.
Is it just me, or is the bowgun doing more damage than I remember?
I think the enemies we tested it out on were later game enemies, so they took more damage before. It was like one of the lab zombies, I think.
Okay. So I'm just sitting here going, They're actually doing a decent job. I'll take the acid rounds. Acid rounds are great.
I love acid rounds.
Let me go upstairs first. Drop some stuff off.
Stuff. Yeah, I think throwing in more action things would probably be a good thing from my perspective, instead of trying to find more RPGs I like. Just let other people do the RPG stuff besides the 2 big ones I already have on my plate.
Yeah.
More varied content.
Let me see. Let me make sure there's no liquors out here.
Also, I need to find where the hell my copy of Wild Arms went.
There's liquors out here.
Hey, there's liquors out here.
Where are you?
Should shoot him in the face.
I did. Is there another liquor? Or is that the only one? I think that's the only one. Okay. I didn't mean to get stabbed.
Wiki bowgun is a weaker shotgun that can't decapitate or split enemies in half. But is only in one shot if all 3 bolts hit it. Not all 3 hit, it is merely wounded. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's pretty much, that's why it's kind of garbage, to be honest. It can't decapitate enemies. If that happens, it's an insta-kill, and that's half of what makes the shotgun so good. Is if you just aim up, I think it's like a 25% chance you'll just straight up, blow their head off.
Yeah.
And the bowgun, just kind of weak and, you just plink enemies with it. It still has the chance to one-shot enemy, the bowgun, if all 3 bows hit, but that's more dependent on actual aim than it is luck of the draw, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just... Plus, it being just a weaker gun means it's not half as useful for bosses. And the shotgun is your early game boss fighter.
Yeah.
The bowgun is not.
No. I could barely fight lickers with it.
Yeah, you say the bowgun for lickers and like early encounters with boss monsters. Bowgun, you just fucking leave it in your box.
I'm just using it because I have ammo for it, and I'm getting kind of low on handgun ammo, so... Although, if I thought about it, I should save it for later enemies, because they take more bullets. The later zombies down in the lab and stuff. Oh well, I'll probably find more ammo for it at some point. Oh god damn it, I need the lighter!
Hey, you forgot something.
Yes, I did. And I remembered halfway there.
Halfway there.
Halfway there. And then suddenly Bon Jovi living on a prayer.
No.
Popped into my ear.
Stop.
I'm not gonna sing it.
Stop. This is bad.
Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer.
No, not okay. Get out. Please, go. I'll solo stream the pause screen in this game. Just leave.
Pause.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. I hate this. You know how often that song's on the radio?
Still? Really?
Yes.
Wow. Well, I know they play it on the 80s radio station a lot, but...
So because I listen to the classic station, I can only hear Bon Jovi.
Oh.
Look at the top 100s from any year in the 80s. There's 98 fucking acts on the list. Please. Sure, 60 of them are one-hit wonders, but that's still songs you can play that aren't Bon Jovi or Journey.
Yeah. Yeah, like Bon Jovi's most popular songs are like "Living on a Prayer" and "Dead or Alive," right?
Sounds right.
They play "Living on a Prayer" a lot more though than "Dead or Alive."
I'm gonna go check their discography really quick, make sure I'm not forgetting any, because I got nothing better to do.
But yeah, when I was listening to the 80s radio station, they played Bon Jovi a lot.
Yeah, they play it too much.
They also play Madonna a lot.
Yeah, they do.
And I actually stopped listening because they ended up playing the same songs over and over again.
Yeah, it really upsets me because there's a lot of music from that time I like, but I'm fucking tired of Bon Jovi, Journey, and you know, that's basically it. I'm tired of Bon Jovi, a little bit of Boston too. I don't really care that much for. I don't like Boston. I don't know.
I was actually really happy because one time I was listening and they were playing some B-52 songs. I'm like, oh, yay!
Oh, something different, holy shit!
B-52s!
It's like, they might play some Michael Jackson songs if they feel like it.
Oh yeah, Michael Jackson's another one they played a lot of.
But it's like, he has so many that they can play many and you never really notice. Bon Jovi, they'll play like Living on a Prayer and Give Love a Bad Name. Dead or Alive, maybe. I don't fucking know.
Queen Jack.
Like, stop! I'm tired of Bon Jovi, okay?
Like, no, you have to listen to Bon Jovi because he's awesome.
He's not. I mean, he was, but I've heard it too much.
Yeah, he was. Back in the 80s. But yeah, I usually get excited for songs that aren't played that often. Like the B-52s, and then... Oh, hi! And they actually had they were playing
Mr. X is actually a really angry Bon Jovi fan.
See?
Busting through the wall because he's mad that we're shit-talking Bon Jovi.
So after playing Resident Evil 3, Mr. X is like...
Chump change.
Yeah. Because Nemesis will run after you and just...
Oh yeah, he doesn't wait.
And he just smack you in the head with his fist or his rocket launcher.
Mr.
And then...
X is actually the Kool-Aid Man. I think we made that joke yesterday.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Honestly, I think I might just be tired of listening to the classics today, or like maybe just classic anything like playlists too, because it's always like the same songs, and I know that there's like technically a limited pool, considering it's a bygone decade. But you can't tell me there's like 12 songs worth playing from the 80s, because I know you're fucking wrong.
That's why I stopped listening to it. I started listening to the classical station again.
I might just not listen to stations when I get my own car.
Yeah, either I'll have the radio off, or I'll listen to the classical station, or I'll listen to one of my CDs that I have.
I'll get a car charger and just play music on my phone.
Yeah. I mean, you get more variety with Pandora. Pandora's...
That's true.
Better to listen to for that.
I could just install the stuff I like and just listen to it on my phone. Yeah. Plug it into the radio, the stereo, and just listen to it.
Yeah.
At least then I can hear music I like. I'll play the same 10 songs on my own accord, thank you.
Yeah, speaking of songs that like they just play over and over again, I don't know if they do this around locally for you guys, but they have a radio station that plays Christmas music all season long.
What?
They'll play like starting from right after Thanksgiving to New Year's. They'll play Christmas music.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant all year.
Oh, no, all season.
I was fucking mind-boggled for a second. All year? No. Okay, yeah, no. Here, like, every station plays Christmas music, basically.
Okay. There's only two stations that do it, but for the past couple years, they play more of the modern Christmas songs. And I'm like, no, I want to listen to the classics.
Basically, the way it works here is if you listen to anything but one of, like, the 3 classic genre, like, classic decade stations, you're gonna hear the modern stuff. But they have, like, the 80s and 90s station, which will bounce between playing, like, the classics that you know and, like, weird 80s, 90s renditions of shit. And then the Christian stations will just play the particularly religious-focused songs, which turns out are a lot of the ones we like anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then there's a station that literally only plays, like, the really kiddie ones. Like I Ran Over by a Reindeer, Frosty, you know, the ones that you're like, hey, these are for children specifically.
Yeah.
For children. And regardless, by the time, December 1st rolls around, you're ready to put a bullet in your brain because you heard Feliz Navidad 10,000 fucking times.
I hate that song.
Die.
I hate that song.
Me too.
I mean, it wouldn't be as bad if it didn't repeat so long.
And it's like the same 3 words over and over.
And it's like a 5-minute long song. It's really long. Like, please stop.
I worked at a grocery store, and I prompt a lot of stories this way. But from November until February, it's Christmas music. I worked 6 to 8 hours, depending on the day. And the station they use, normally, they have, like, a station that plays, like, a variation of, like, 30-something songs. So in a day, you'll hear a couple songs more than once, but usually not that big of a deal. But on Christmas, they have, like, 5 songs. So, and they start in, like, November 1st. So by the time November is over, I had memorized every one of the Christmas songs they were playing. Ow! Feliz Navidad is like a Daft Punk song without any of the awesome techno.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Dude, if someone turned it into a Daft Punk song, they would be...
Yeah, if they like Daft Punkified Feliz Navidad, it might be worth a damn.
Yeah, I'd probably like it.
Because that's what it feels like some kind of weird techno. It's like one lyric over and over, basically.
Yeah.
That's like the setup for a techno song right there.
Yeah.
Or an adult alternative song, maybe. Depending on what way you take it, but the Daft Punk route's way better. But yeah, and by the time like December rolled around, every song memorized in my head. I could just sing along with the fucking Christmas music at work.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I did not listen to Christmas music outside of work that year.
You're like, I'm done. I'm so
terrible. Also, during the not Christmassy season, they had a tendency to play Roundabout by Yes. And it's all good and fine, but the song's like 7 minutes long. The whole thing. Sometimes multiple times a day.
Yeah.
You never know how taxing a 7-minute song feels until you hear it. I don't know how long it really is. I think it's only like 5.5 minutes, but still.
No, there's a...
Because the first like minute 30 seconds of that song is just like the guitar riff.
Yeah.
Shit comes up and you're like, alright, are there lyrics? Claire!
Claire!
You're saying something?
I'm glad to see you're safe, Claire.
I've heard really long songs before. It's not fun.
Well, like, there's some good long songs, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's just too much.
Oh, I need my...
This Gatorade is citrus passion fruit flavored.
I need my acid rounds, excuse me.
The problem is, a lot of long songs end up just dragging instead of just sounding good.
Yeah.
The problem becomes when they follow, like, the... I think if you're gonna make a long song, you can't follow the typical format where it's like chorus, verses, chorus, verses. Because then we hear your chorus like 8 times.
Yeah.
Your chorus 8 times. There's a reason why it only happens like twice in a normal length song. But then you get stuff like, I don't know, Bohemian Rhapsody's pretty long, and it's basically just, there's no like repeating lyrics really. It just goes from point A to point B. Which I think is why that song works, despite being a longer song. Because at least you're not hearing the same shit every, like, 45 seconds.
Yeah, there's a song by Oingo Boingo, and they're on their last album. It's the first song. I think it's about 7 minutes. It's called Insanity. You hear the chorus a lot in that song. I mean, that's the only song I like on the album. So it's not that bad, but at the same time...
What band is that?
Oingo Boingo?
Yeah.
Have you heard of Dead Man's Party?
No.
That's their most popular song. Another song they did that's really popular is Weird Science.
Oh, I know. Okay, that's the one. Of course, the one I know is the fucking movie tie-in, right?
Yeah. Weird Science. Plastic tubes and pots and pans. Yeah, that's Oingo Boingo. But Dead Man's Party and Weird Science are like their most popular songs.
Claire!
Claire!
I'm going down there. Stay here and wait for me, okay?
Yeah, their last album was not good.
I don't feel like none of their albums were all that good, just by the judgment of the one song I know. Like, it's a good novelty song, but...
There's only one album that I really like of theirs, and it was their 1992 album. But now that I'm older, it's like... there's better stuff to listen to. Because I used to listen to them a lot when I was in my teens.
So you've made it this far.
Hello.
Not bad, girl. But I'm not letting anyone leave my town. Everyone's gonna die.
Everyone's gonna die.
What happened?
Shut up. You couldn't possibly understand what's happened. Those monsters from Umbrella have destroyed my beautiful town. How could they do that to me after everything I've done for them?
Why are you limping? You weren't attacked.
So it's true. You have been working with Umbrella. Then you must know about the G-Virus. What is it? Tell me!
If you must know, it's the agent that can turn humans into the ultimate bioweapons. Superior to the T-Virus in every way. Dr. William Birkin is the genius behind the project.
William Birkin?
William Birkin?
I'm sure you've already seen his little girl running around here somewhere.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sherry, isn't it? In case you haven't already figured it out.
Yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure does like you taking American music and band names and using them as character names and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's the guy who wrote the manga and probably drew it too. I don't know. Likes American music for some reason, like classic American music. So a lot of the characters. One guy straight up just named like REO Speedwagon or something like that. So rip that guy. I've only watched the first 2 seasons and half of the third of or arcs or series, whatever you want to call it, of JoJo, but it's prevalent enough in that alone.
Oh.
Also, the credits team was roundabout by yes for at least a little while. He got ripped in half!
Yes, he did. Billy ripped him in half. Hello? Hi, William. Why aren't you dead? Now you're dead. Bye!
He pulled an Ada.
Ada! Wait. Ada! Okay, I'm better now.
Yeah, the whole first season used roundabout, that's about right. Oh, that sounds about right. And was okay. First whole season, I watched that like last year. My memory's fading, but I remember liking the first 2 generations of Joestar a lot better than or the first shit. I don't even remember anymore. God. Yeah, I think generations would be the right word.
Alright, time to go get the little girl. I think once we get to the next save point, I'll stop for the night.
Okay.
But we're, I want to say halfway through.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Claire, you came back.
I can't believe the man who developed the G virus is actually her father.
What did you say? What did you say about my daddy?
Claire?
Oh yeah, he's dead.
It's nothing.
Generations is right. Yeah. First 2 generations of Joestar. I haven't cared much for the third, which is the third. Well, he's not the 3rd generation, but he's the 3rd. Oh, he is the 3rd generation. The time jump's just huge. Regardless, the 3rd one we see, I don't care for him very much. I guess he'd be the 4th. Regardless, I don't like him. It's not everything surrounding him so much as I just don't like him. He just don't enjoy him. I find him to be kind of annoying, and his whole like, I don't know what to call it, like his thing compared to like the last 2 that we saw as the primary protagonist just annoy me. He just annoys me a lot more. He feels a lot more boring as well compared to our last 2 protagonists. So I just never finished the 3rd arc or season or whatever the fuck. It's also a lot longer, so.
Okay, Sherry. Ignore the man that was torn in half. You won't get nightmares, I promise.
Or stare him right in the eyes, that'll be fine too.
Will you push the button?
Yeah, the tough guy persona, that's exactly what I don't like. It annoys me. He just upsets me. He tries to do the tough guy thing, but In my opinion, he just kind of looks like an annoying dick instead of seeming tough. He treats everyone like shit, and not in like the it's kind of funny way, or the way where he does it but he seems endearing through it. He just seems like an asshole who no one should waste their time with.
Mr. X is after us.
Compared to like the first Joestar, who was their protagonist, who I don't know, had kind of like the stoic thing going on, which worked in the second one, which was a lot more funny. And then we get the third generation, and he just genuinely seems like an asshole. Kind of killed my enthusiasm. What the fuck?
Jerry, where are you?
Is she okay? Shit, she's gonna die. Kids can't hold their breath for that long.
Oh, she got sucked through there.
I mean, I'm sure she's fine.
Well, remember in the A scenario, we switched to her, and she was just running around in the sewer until she got to the garbage dump. We don't see that at all in this scenario. We just find her randomly later. It's like, oh, okay.
So I definitely need to just force my way through. The last episode I watched, they were going to, I think, Egypt. Like, they were on a plane, and they did some shit. And I need to... A bit of the nice guy beneath it, he tries to avoid the tough guy thing, he does come across as an asshole one that I like. I don't know. I'm just hard on characters who take up, like, the tough guy thing and turn into an asshole because of it. I've seen it too much, and it annoys me. And I'm sure he gets better as time goes on, but it's like, it's so long that as time goes on, it ends up being, you know, dozens of episodes. It's so much longer, I mean. So I have to just grit my teeth and get through it, and I'll probably start enjoying it again once he's out of the way, not a problem, or not a central focus anymore.
I think there's a jerk face around here somewhere. Yep.
Hey, what's going on? Ah, jeez! Ankle bite.
Jerk.
I like a lot of the supporting characters in that arc, though. They're fun. It's just the central protagonist is like the least likable human being on the planet Earth in that current moment. And I say that within consideration of who they're setting up to be the villain.
Just looking for more ammo.
Yes.
There's nothing out here. Okay. Let's see. Locker. Sure, I'll take the first aid spray. Oh, whoops. There we go. And then I'll take the ink ribbon. Okay, now I'll save my game and we will end the stream for tonight. Probably finish it next time. And then we'll be done. Hooray!
Alright.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.